Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. You ain't built for a skirt as a nigga can be. It's gonna sound like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming for ya. It's gonna sound like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I come for ya. It's gonna sound like here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really worry like that.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Excited to have you guys with us. Welcome to the Gridiron Gang. It is no longer the Gridiron Gang. We're going back to the OG roots of what the show was intended to be in its original form before it got turned into the Gridiron Gang for an entire season last year. But now we are the Gridiron Gang. Excited to have you guys here. Welcome to the show. Happy Sunday. We got a full slate today, guys. We got all of us. We got Shags. We got Vsauce. We got Betsky. We got Sook. My name's Sweatpants Jesus. Excited to have you guys here right here on the Betting News Network. Brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline. We're going to give you guys some future bets today. We're going to give you guys all different types of stuff. Ooh, here for the Cowboys slander. Can't wait to hear all the different stuff in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Absolutely. Mom Martinez is here. Excited to have you guys here. Chat, thanks for stopping by. Happy Sunday. Excited to have you here. Yep. Rest in peace to the Gritty. Hanging in the rafters. Back to the gridiron. Same vibes.
With Stoned Bets and Sweatpants Jesus.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
what was it?
True. And Walmart Mac Miller.
Wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Yep.
Look. Suppose what was yours?
Oh, Sook Brar 4. Haven't thought about Sook Brar 4 in a hot minute. It's always been just Sook, and it was always just Sook.
Okay, Evan.
Under wins. One more gritty for the meme, V. Yeah, hang it right to put it in the rafters. Here we go. For the vibes, the last time we'll ever see it. Ooh, there it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
The most fucking Gasecki ass gritty we've ever seen. Mike Gasecki would roll over on the practice field if he saw me do that.
There you go. Yeah, Sook's looking very handsome today. From the chat from Hovey. Indeed.
Love you, host.
And we got Vsauce in the outside, in the elements, which we love to see as well.
Down in Los Angeles today, staying with my wife's in-laws or uncle's house, my in-laws. So it's been nice, just vibing out in the backyard right now. Felt wrong to do this inside.
Yeah, it looks great. The sunny LA sun is hitting you nicely. Let's get it. Excited to have all you guys here. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a kick-ass start to your Sunday. We have 5 more Sundays until we have legitimate football to talk about. 5 more. And then we are back in business. We have actually 4 because college football will start a couple weeks before that. So it's almost there, gents. Can almost taste it. Yeah. That's how close we are. Mm-hmm. And it'll go by fast. But we've got a lot of fun for you guys over the next 4 Sundays. We're doing divisional breakdowns every single Sunday. We didn't really vote this week, but we had so many people last week clamoring to talk about the NFC East that today we are going to talk about the NFC East. We're going to talk all about the tops, bottoms, all throughout the middle of this division. Lots of different talking points, lots of moving pieces to look at, things to discuss, some future bets to get to. And obviously we're going to play blind rankings, and also we're going to do fantasy head-to-head today, but we're going to do fantasy head-to-head a little bit different today. So be sure to stick around for that at the end of the show. What did you guys do the other night, man?
Oh my God.
Nothing. He's on demon hours today, though. Like I said, it's a long weekend in Canada. There's a music festival in town. Gerald's going to be getting after it. I don't know if I'm joining him yet. I'll find out.
Gerald's doing his best job to try to get Sook to be a participant, though. I can see it in the group chat already. He's got the plan laid out. He's like, this is what we're doing, honey. Just show up. You know what I mean?
Is it like when you're not there, you have to kind of from afar help push like Gerald does? Like you got to really
always,
push it along the way.
Constantly. Yeah. I'm at Sook's back constantly. It looks like you're not even here. Stop telling me to do stuff, man.
Gerald, that comment has to stay in the chat, but that's fine. We'll leave it down there.
Bro.
You put that on your hands, Sook. It's going to be on you.
Outside today.
Yeah. Oh also, guys, 4 Sundays away from us all being together in Chicago, which is going to be Electric City. I can't wait for that.
If you guys talks about that, how that's his reference point for everything in the future or in the past. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I'm excited.
I am too. It makes me excited how excited you are.
I love a good checkpoint. I also am so excited for y'all to hug my little slender man looking ass. It's going to be so fun, man. It's going to be a great time. Anyway, all right, we got a lot of football to discuss with you guys today. If you got some plays that you'd like to throw out there on the baseball slate today, lots of baseball today, feel free to drop it in the chat. I have not peeped the slate yet at all, so I don't have any advice for any of you guys, but if you got something in, drop it. Let's get down to it. We're going to start the show today to get you guys into the NFC East brain. We're going to do blind rankings first. And as you guys can see, not against you guys chat, but help these gentlemen out for blind rankings today. What we're going to do is I am going to read off 9 NFC East players. So 9 players in the NFC East, and you guys are going to have to blind rank them. You obviously don't know which players I'm going to say, but you guys have to decide. So it'll be the NFC East players. Get you guys kind of reminded of what players are on what teams in this division. There are some new pieces of players that either didn't play in this division before or have moved to separate teams, and then you guys can blind rank them, and then we'll get into talking about all 4 of these teams. All right, let's get to it. Number 1, Dexter Lawrence.
7?
I was gonna say, I feel like now in 2024, 7.
Sure.
No,
trying not to stack the middle.
Right.
That's the end of the middle, though. But that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dexter Lawrence at 7. Not bad.
Ooh.
Oh man. All right, next up, Saquon. New team.
I'd say
this is for
in your division
season, correct?
Going into this year, yep.
Okay.
He's the best running back in the division, right?
Oh yeah.
So then he's got to be 2 or 3.
3. I
feel
there's
a
lot
of players on 4 teams.
Are you willing to put
AJ? I would put AJ Brown above Saquon.
Same. Hurts.
I would put CeeDee Lamb.
Yes.
Above Saquon.
Hurts.
Daniel
wouldn't put
Jones for
Hurts.
sure. Daniel Jones got to save the number one spot for him, please.
Daniel Jones is reserved for spot 69 on this list.
He's the fourth best quarterback in the division.
I don't know where you Dak
He
over
might be a
Saquon.
fifth or sixth backup if we count backups. I think I'm comfortable with 3. I don't think he's. I think Saquon's better than Hurts, but
I'm with you there. I like 3 or 4.
Okay.
3?
this is 3. Not
3?
stacked the middle.
Yeah, that's a good
All right.
point.
All right, so Saquon at 3. Scary Terry.
Oof. Okay, cool.
Terry McLaurin.
I would be fine putting him at 9, right?
Really?
Or 8.
Kind of low for me.
See, I was thinking kind of maybe 6.
6
I
is
could get
comfortable.
down with 6, just because like Devontae Smith better than Terry McLaurin.
They have
Maybe. This is a push for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then
You think Devontae Smith is better than Terry McLaurin? That's an interesting point of conversation.
When you think
the
about
numbers
who's-
are construed though, because like Terry never had a good QB.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And he's
And he-
don't know
I'm
if he
going
does
with-
yet.
5.
He had 1,000 yards
Yeah.
with Sam Howell throwing him the ball last year.
Let's do 5. 4.
I'm
4?
fine with 6.
Let's
6
go
is as high
6
as I'll
was
go.
good.
Yeah.
6 is good.
Let's do 6.
All right, Scary Terry at 6. Yeah, Gerald, we're going to talk about that Commanders team. That offensive line last year was, the Giants was bad, but the Commanders was also fucking awful. All right, next up, AJ Brown.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Save 1 for CD.
Would you guys want to put him at 1? Just because, like, how many people are better than him
CD.
in this division? CD. That's it.
I'd
Now,
be
if
fine.
CD's
I
not
would
on
be
this
fine
list-
with having to put
CD
Hurts
has to
at
be on the
1.
list.
I bet CD's
Yeah.
on the list.
I bet CD's on the list too.
I'm okay with putting AJ at 2 and gambling that CD's on the list
And I'm
Okay.
fine with putting
Same.
Hurts at 1 if we have to.
Sure.
if we have to.
I
If we
hate that,
have to.
but If we have to.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think we're going to get the top 9 in the division, but I bet we're getting 9 of the top 12 to 15 for sure. So
There's some Cowboy defensive guys I'm fine with putting up at 1 too if I have to. If I have to.
Yeah. Bland.
Michael Parsons.
There you go.
Oh,
4.
yeah.
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
He's good, but like, I don't know.
Last year was a step back.
Last year, the step back, his antics off field and stuff like that have been detrimental to the team. Like, he's just kind of like,
He's a weirdo.
he's a
But
weird
he's
guy.
damn good. But he is.
Yeah.
He
He
damn
reminds me of
good.
he reminds me of Jamal Adams though. Like he's damn good for a couple of years, big hits, doing that kind of stuff. But then no hands and coverage is kind of lacking. Eventually, after a couple of years, it starts to show. If you're not playing coverage out there as like a linebacker or a safety, or you're not doing the things that you need to do out there, you're gonna get exposed. And Michael Parsons doing everything that he does, not just playing on the line. I feel like he's got a couple of good years left. Last year may have been the first.
Wait, are you fine with putting him at 5 then and saving 4 for Hurts?
Yeah,
And 1 for CD. I could do that. I can
Yeah.
live with that.
I'm
Let's go
fully down
for
with that.
Or flip-flopping those if they come in bad orders. I'm
Yeah.
fine with I guess I'm fine with CD at 4 if it happens.
We can
Have
live
to,
with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
Dak.
8.
I'm good with 8.
Damn.
I'm good with 8.
I'm good with 8. I would
36 touchdowns and 9
Yeah.
interceptions.
yeah. Good with 8.
All right.
This division's weird.
Interesting.
I really do love Dak.
Sook
I think
disagrees.
he's a good QB too.
Yeah. He's great at home. I mean, they ran a train in Jerry's World last year.
He's also
I maybe
great
would
in
have
the
put him above
playoffs.
Parsons, but I don't feel comfortable with him at 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With how you guys have the list laid out
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Malik Neighbors.
9.
9 'cause we
9.
don't know.
Yeah. And then give us Hurts and CD.
And then he'll be number 1 in next
And
year.
Malik Neighbors also still has
just
Daniel Jones going to him.
NABERS.
N-A-B-E-R-S. Yeah.
N-A Oh,
Yeah,
Nate.
maybe
Oh, this
ERS.
kid. The kid,
No,
yeah.
ERS.
ERS. How many ways to spell neighbors in
This
one
is a
sitting?
Giants kid?
Yeah, the Giants wide receiver.
Yeah.
Mhm. Stud for
J-
Ellis.
Jalen Hurts.
There we go. 4, right?
Or
And
then
then,
give it.
then we're praying.
What if it's not
CD.
CD now?
If it's not CD, it's not CD. Whatever. We put Justin Jefferson at 9 on one of these lists.
Yeah, where'd
Here's
you
the
go?
gamble.
I can live with whatever happens.
Who's number
You
1?
gambled correctly. CeeDee
Yes.
Lamb.
There we
Oh,
go.
this is a near perfect list. Let's
I think
print this and
that's
frame this one. Put it in the
very
Hall of Fame.
Very, very
Not
good.
bad.
I would say
bad.
maybe Terry's a little high.
Really?
Maybe.
What's the deal with the Scary Terry hate?
We could swap Terry
I mean,
and
is
Dak.
he making that much of an impact on his team compared to Lawrence or Dak?
Well, okay, but you're putting Scary Terry on one of the worst teams in football, still having over 1,000 yards versus those guys on a top 10 roster.
I'll admit, I don't watch the Commanders much, so maybe there's a lot of bias here.
You
I
don't
think
need
if you
to
put-
watch the Commanders.
If you put Scary Terry on 20 teams in the NFL, he would be a possible All-Pro.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun with Daniels over there. I'm really excited
Yeah.
to see what that team looks like, or it's going to crash and burn.
Well,
One of the two.
that's a perfect. Let me. I've got to switch this because we don't have
Where are we
enough
going?
boxes. I've got to get us in all the right spots. So hang on.
Betsky terminated.
There's
Yeah.
so
He's
many
on
of
all
us.
the weakest links.
You've been voted
Here
off.
goes the Vetsky Pask is talking to everybody now.
There's so many of us now. There we go. All
There's
right.
There's something essential about hearing Betsky's voice without seeing his face. I don't know.
Well,
It's a good way to do it.
Betsky.
All right, that'll get you in the mindset for this division. So the NFC East, as you guys can see on the screen, these are the odds going into right now as we sit a month away from the start of the season. The Eagles are the favorites in this division, sitting at minus 130 via BetOnline. Cowboys plus 165. Great season last year, floundered in the playoffs as they do normally. Lots of different coaching pieces moved, some players moved as well. We'll talk about that in a second. Commanders, as we just talked about, plus 500. And then the Giants to round us out at plus 600. Guys, where do you want to start? Like, what's the things that you guys are looking at from an overall perspective from this division? What are we kind of seeing? I want to get Shag's opinion first because we were talking about this before you guys tapped in, and he has a couple thoughts. So, Shags, what's your takeaway from this division?
My initial takeaway is I don't know who's laying that juice on the Eagles to win this division. After they lost their all-pro center that they've had for a decade, Mr. Jason Kelce. The offensive line in Philadelphia is fantastic, but you just lost the guy that's been commanding that offensive line forever. And he was arguably the best at his position. And in a team that is, run heavy, relies heavily on the run, I think they're going to miss him a lot more than a lot of people are expecting. Yes, you've got Saquon back there now, which obviously bolsters up the run game, but I do think the offensive line takes a bigger hit than people are kind of expecting. So for those odds right there, I'm betting on Dallas to win this division. It hurts me to say that. I am a Cowboy hater from the depths of my heart, but for plus 165, I would sprinkle on the Cowboys to maybe take this division this year. They're not winning the Super Bowl, but they might win the division.
Especially for the value. The point about Kelsey's really good, and I don't think people have forgotten, but like he was a cornerstone for that offensive line for over a decade. And you can't lose an all-pro like that and just chop and like replace him easily. Yeah, maybe they probably have some. I don't even know who their starting center would be now. I think it's Lane Johnson. Did Lane Johnson move over to center?
No, Lane Johnson plays left guard.
Yeah,
Okay.
Guard. Who is
Cam Jurgens. Okay, Kadar. Good stuff. You are an Eagles fan, so you would know for sure. Cam Jurgens. I mean, you're not going to replace Jason Kelce. You just got to have somebody that's adequate. But as we know with offensive line play, it's all about chemistry and making sure that all the calls are correct. And Kelce was responsible for a lot of that. So we'll see. Guys, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the Cowboys take being for the value here? Do you maybe think one of these guys at the bottom can maybe make some noise, the Commanders or the Giants?
So isn't it a whole thing where like nobody wins this division 2 times in a row?
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
And the Cowboys won it last year, and the Eagles were 1 win behind after. Didn't they lose 6 in a row at the end of the season?
1 and
Something
6.
like that too.
1 and
1 and
6.
6. Yeah.
And then clapped in the NFC Championship game by Baker.
Well,
Yeah.
it was the first round, not the championship game.
It was first round.
Round 1.
32 to
Yeah.
9.
You got a little excited because you're able to talk about your Baker love. You forgot it wasn't the NFC Championship game. Close enough. Close enough.
Yeah, I mean the juice isn't great, but I'll make the counterpoint and I'll go with the Eagles here. I mean the Kelsey point's really strong, but the pieces are still there. I like their O-line better than any other team on this division. I mean, Cowboys took arguably just as big of a hit, and they took a bigger hit offensively. I mean, their run game is going to be led by Elliott again. I think Royce Freeman is maybe the RB3 right now on the depth chart, and they're saying how good he looks, and that's a jag. The addition to Saquon could be incredible for this team. I mean, this is an elite player who's been on garbage teams for his entire career, essentially. And Hurts feels a little bit due for a bounce back. I do think this is potentially the make or break for what Hurts is in the NFL, though. Is this a quarterback that plays well on a very good team? Or is this one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league who is also manning a top team in the league? I think that this year is going to answer a lot of questions, but that's right around where I'm willing to bet on a team to win the division. So if I want to place this bet, I would probably go full unit on the Eagles and then do something crazy like Washington or the Giants and sprinkle it. Because just listing out the top players of this division, it's kind of pathetic. I mean, you're talking about Dak and Hurts being the best QBs here, and granted, they're both good, and Hurts is obviously very good in fantasy, but I mean, after last year's Eagles team imploded, and Dak often chokes in the playoffs and often can choke in away games that are very meaningful. What if Jaden Daniels comes out here and looks like the true Heisman quarterback here, and he has decent enough weapons around him? That team has a lot of other holes, which does scare me. And I know it's a joke to want to bet on the Giants here, but they made the playoffs 2 years ago and beat Minnesota in round 1. They have a coach that is kind of turning into either, it's kind of like the Hurt situation, and a top coach in the league, or maybe he's just not as good as his play calling can be or his creativity can be. But if he can make Daniel Jones work with neighbors and build the offense around that, I mean, they could potentially just eke at this division out. I wish the odds were a little bit better, though. Like a plus 750 to 800 would really intrigue me.
Well, I think that's an interesting point, though, because I think that kind of tells you that they think that both of these teams at the bottom could make some noise in this division a little bit. I mean, the Giants were but like I said earlier, both of these teams had the worst and second worst offensive line play in the NFL last year, whether it be due to injury or just terrible players. Both of them completely revamped either 2 to 3 players on their offensive line, adding pieces that should play better than what they saw last year. We didn't see Daniel Jones play very well last year, but he only played 7 games.
Exactly.
You had
and they were
Sam Howell
with DeVito.
Yeah. Right. Well, and partially because of that is because of the Giants defense. The Giants defense actually last year was pretty decent. From a back end perspective, they allowed top 10 quarterback ranking perspectives from a defensive perspective. So they did not really get torched on the back end on their cornerback and safety play. And up front, they actually had some pretty good pressure. You bring in Brian Burns from the Panthers, who's a very good pass rusher, with Dexter Lawrence on that offense, on that defensive line. This defense could make some noise. And, you're losing Saquon, but as long as Daniel Jones can be protected, I mean, Neighbors could be an absolute superstar based on what could possibly happen in his talent level. So the Giants at the bottom, obviously, they're the butt of a lot of people's jokes, which makes a lot of sense. But to me, I like what the Commanders can possibly do.
Yes.
You bring in Daniel.
Sorry,
Dan
that's
Quinn.
just going off of that. I love exactly the team I was going to talk about. I think you guys are a little bit crazy to talk about the Giants like this. Like, let's not forget, it's fucking Daniel Jones, guys.
Yeah.
It's Daniel Jones. He led the league in turnovers, and he didn't even lead the league in interceptions. You guys remember that year? This is the same guy that had those kinds of stats he was putting up. I don't believe in him at all. I think that they should have changed him out a long time ago.
Mhm.
But regardless of that, the value that I'm really liking here is with Washington at plus 500. Like Betsky said, no team wins this division twice in a row. I don't like the Cowboys. They have gotten significantly worse since last year. You're telling me 2 years ago you decided not to pay Ezekiel Elliott in the offseason because you thought he was aging and you don't think he was worth the money. Then you watched him go out, have a disgusting season with the Patriots that was a little bit touchdown heavy near the end of the year. And then you sign him to be your lead back in 2024, letting Tony Pollard walk, and then bringing in Royce Freeman, who I didn't even know was still in the league, play your third string running back. And the fact that Betsky quoted their third string and doesn't even know who the second string running back is in Dallas tells you
Dowdle, Rico Dowdle,
right? There you go, Rico Dowdle. I know he had some good big runs last year, but he's a smaller running back, if I'm not mistaken, a Darren Sproles type. Shaggy or no?
He's a
smaller guy, right? He's a change of pace back. He's not the guy that's going to be getting 16, 17 carries. Dallas is horrendous. They're also still being coached by the worst coach in the league, Mike McCarthy. Like, that hasn't changed. And until that changes, this team is going nowhere. They're terrible. You know,
they also lost their defensive coordinator in Dan Quinn.
And you know where he's coaching now, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He's taken his talents over in the division to Washington. And I don't think he's a great coach. We saw what he did in Atlanta. It wasn't the best, but also that team wasn't the best that he had at the time, right?
He had a lot of injuries.
He had some good games. He did play. He did have Matt Ryan, got some great years out of Matt Ryan. And I do think that he could have a similar situation here. Jaden Daniels is, like Betsky said, maybe the true Heisman, right? That we saw last season. He played fantastic. He looked so NFL ready, and he's coming into this Washington offense that has weapons in the backfield now, because I know they just signed Eckler, but they still have who is it, Brian Robinson in that backfield,
Brian Robinson.
Right?
Yeah.
I think he's still going to be the main running back in the future for this team. I think Eckler is out and aging, and Washington just kind of brought him in to kind of work him into the pass game the way he was in San Diego. But I'm loving the new coaching change. Ron Rivera needed to go. The offense was tired, the defense was tired, and everything he was doing was just tired and old. Right, you bring in Dan Quinn, a brand new defensive first guy. You have a QB that is great on the run, that is great, has a great arm in Jaden Daniels, and you already have a number one option for him ready to go in Terry McLaurin. And remind me who their second option was. He had a good season last year.
Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson. So they've got the pieces for a good offense, and I really think that, you know, the Commanders, if they get the play out of Jaden Daniels that they're expecting, I really think they could make some noise, especially the center point with Kelsey gone. It's a chemistry thing. It's about the way the ball is snapped. It's about how many turnovers you might see at the line of scrimmage. You're getting a center now finally playing. I'm pretty sure this is his first season as a full-time starting center, right? The guy that's coming in for Kelsey now. So it's going to be a lot of question marks on the offensive line. Even with Saquon there, he's playing behind a brand new offensive line. They got to learn his running style. He has to learn their blocking style. It's a whole thing. Give me the Commanders at plus 500 just for the value. And if Jaden Reed looks like Trent Richardson did at the beginning of last year, this bet is going to look a lot better about 4 or 5 weeks into the season.
Yeah. Additionally about the Commanders, which is a point, because I like the value too for plus 500, because I was looking at this team. I was watching the moves that they made. Another piece that is interesting, even though he's older, they brought in Bobby Wagner from the Seahawks. One of the best middle linebackers, one of the best green dot wearers in the NFL, had over 180 tackles plus assists last season for the Seahawks, even at 33. This guy could be an absolute monster on this defense, especially if Dan Quinn brings in the similar style to what we saw from the Cowboys last year. Because this Commanders defense was a terrible last year, like one of the worst defenses in the NFL from a pass perspective and a rushing perspective. They were awful. So if they put those pieces together with Wagner and company, like you said, if they get some exciting offensive play from the rookie, look out in Washington, man.
Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator for that Legion of Boom Seahawks team. So it's they're reuniting there. And I actually have a player for fantasy that I love on this Commanders team. Have you guys heard a lot about the 100th overall pick in the draft, Luke McCaffrey? He spent 3 seasons playing quarterback as a 4-star recruit and then switched over and played wide receiver for 2 years. He's currently slotted as the third guy in Washington. For this whole fantasy season, if I see Scary Terry go down, I'm going to pick him up on the waiver wire. They're saying he's super athletic. He actually beat CMC's 40-yard time in the combine.
He's also, they're brothers, aren't they?
LMC.
Yeah.
His father's Ed McCaffrey, one of the best not one of the best, but like a great wide receiver, a absolutely stud wide receiver.
Yeah.
Commanders are sneaky this year.
They are definitely sneaky this year. I also kind of like their win total. It's 6.5. Their schedule's a little bit dicey, but as we've talked about with this division, I feel like they could maybe steal a game from the Cowboys, Eagles, or both. And then you just got to hope that you beat the Giants both times. But I mean, 6.5 wins for a team that has nice, obviously we're going to see how it all puts together. There's so many new pieces and new faces in this situation, but you know, they also have a brand new owner that they're looking to grow this franchise, you know, and stuff like that. I'm not going to say the name that I accidentally said a couple days ago because they are the Commanders now, and not the alternative. But all right, guys, you got any other thoughts about like the division as a whole? We'll kind of look at some players that we kind of think could do some stuff or some bets like more on a team perspective. But did you guys have any more thoughts about just like the division as a whole?
I will say that if you are making like a parlay, or even if it's just a single bet, I think this is like another division like we talked about with the AFC South, that there's no value on the Eagles, just like there wasn't any value on the Texans. You know, minus 110 for a team that just won their division, going back to back. Right, it's his second year. This Eagles team, lots of question marks, to minus 130, even for a parlay, for one of those like divisional odds parlays and things like that. It just doesn't seem like the value play for me. You know, especially with the teams that
100%.
are loaded the way they are in this division, taking any one of these teams at minus 130 just seems, you know, counterproductive.
But if you take them at minus 130 for like a full unit and then do a quarter unit or a half unit for Washington, it's almost like getting a free swing at a plus 500.
Yeah.
I wouldn't parlay any of these though. And those options where it's like, honestly, even for making the playoffs, I wouldn't want any of these teams in a make the playoffs parlay.
No, I was just going to say that this could easily be a one playoff team division. Yeah, very easily. Just the whoever ends up on top makes the playoffs. No wild card spots.
Everything we just said about these teams, like, and they each play each other 2 times. You know what I mean? 6 games for each team are going to go against the same division, so it's going to put you in a very tough spot already.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I have a couple of player props from a season-long perspective that I found. And boys, hold your noses because they're disgusting. They're not unders, but they're 2 defensive props. Because like we talked about, I think there's a lot of question marks on the offensive side of the ball for all of these teams this year. Whether like if we're getting the same type of production. Like AJ obviously is a good choice for fantasy, but like, you know, maybe the offensive line struggles in Philadelphia, so it could be kind of dicey. But I found 2 that I thought were really interesting. The first one is on the Giants side of things. Bobby Okereke, over 140.5 tackles and assists. Now you're probably like, who? Bobby Okereke is a really good linebacker, played for the Colts, came over to the Giants last season, had 151 tackles and assists last year, had 149 the season before that for the Colts. His over 140.5 tackles and assists is minus 110. I think he's going to be a really good centerpiece for this Giants defense again. And like I said earlier, the Giants defense was actually okay last year. So as long as he stays healthy, I feel like that this 140.5, he should climb over that pretty easily. The second one is like what I mentioned about the Commanders. Bobby Wagner, over 125.5 tackles and assists. This number makes 0 sense to me. It's plus 100. I think he's going to be, like I said, the corner, like the staple of this center of this Commanders defense. I think Dan Quinn is going to want him to be that guy in the middle of this defense. He's had 133 plus tackles and assists in 8 straight seasons that he has played. 8 seasons in a row, his 125.5 tackles and assists just feels way too low for me. As I said, he had 180 plus last season for the Seahawks. And I know he's aging, he's 34, but this is one of the best middle linebackers in football, maybe ever, that we've seen play the position. If he stays healthy in this Commanders defense, I feel like 126 tackles and assists is going to be free money. This could cash by the middle of December. So I like both of those props for defensive players just because I didn't really know where to target from an offensive perspective. I know, Gerald, I told you it's disgusting. It was not something that I was expecting to find. I like the Bobby Wagner one a lot. If he stays healthy, I feel like that this is going to be free. He had 180 last season for the Seahawks, and this Commanders defense is going to be better, but they're still going to be bad. He's going to have to make a fuck ton of tackles. So, yeah, I like both of those lines. Did you guys find any props or anything like that for any of these teams that you thought were interesting for this season?
Malik Neighbors' rookie receiving yards is plus 500. It's pretty much like a toss-up between him and Marvin Harrison Jr. And the Cardinals have a lot more weapons and options to go to rather than Giants, which it seems like it's going to be DJ to Neighbors all day. And I think the big play ability from Neighbors is just off the charts. So plus 500 for this. I couldn't believe it wasn't closer. I thought for sure it'd be Marv at plus 150-ish and Malik at like plus 250.
And it might sound insane, but I'd rather have Daniel Jones throwing to the guy I have rather than fucking Kyler Murray. Like, that might be an insane take, but yeah, that's how I feel.
I agree with that, which is weird, but I totally agree with that.
The guy that can see over the line of scrimmage.
He may not still be able to throw it out to him, but he can at least see.
And then trying to talk shit, I might not be able to see over the line of scrimmage, but I'm not fucking playing for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, Kadar's got a point. All right. Chaps, did you guys find any other season-long props in this division that you thought were interesting from any of the guys on these teams?
I was looking at Saquon's touchdown line. What was it, 10 and a half? 9.5? Let me pull it up again. I haven't taken it yet, but I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. Like, do we think – I know we saw last year, like, Swift didn't get the amount of touchdowns, didn't get the amount of carries that we wanted. Now, did that have to do with his play, or did that have to do with the fact that the Eagles are just hell-bent on using Jalen Hurts in all of these situations, right? Or is this going to be a situation where you've brought in the running back now, you got the guy that you were paying, like, what was it, $15 or some million a year? He is the number one guy. He should be the guy running through the tackles. Is this going to be a situation where we see Jalen Hurts regress a little bit because of the whole QB sneak play now not being as utilized as much and him not being utilized as much in the red zone? And do we see that usage go to Saquon? Or are we going to see Saquon's number being a little bit too high because now he's playing in the best offense he's ever played in, right? Like we saw Derrick Henry's line significantly lower at 10.5 rather than 12.5, 13.5, what it sits at in other seasons. I know he's the oldest he's ever been, but what are we seeing here with Saquon? Is it a free bet? Is it a shit bet? What's going on?
Well, is the line 6.5, Sook? Is that what you see?
Yeah.
And then 6.5 touchdowns.
Jalen Hurts is 10.5.
I think I may have mixed that up then. There's no like I literally looked at that. I didn't think 6.5. Guys, again, free bet.
Could be.
7 touchdowns in 17 games.
It's kind of juice minus 140.
I see them going to Barkley more. I don't see the tush push being as number one as effective, and number two, I don't think they're going to go to it as much because. I mean, like we talked about them missing Kelsey. I mean, with the tush push specifically, he's got to snap the ball, make sure it's clean, then get his head up and plug a hole right away. That's tough to do for a new center, and they had a lot of chemistry there with Kelsey and Hurts. So I could see them leaning more towards, okay, we're at the one, let's just hand it off to Saquon. We're paying him. We went out and got him for this reason. Let's see if he can get a couple yards. So I see them leaning that way more towards as opposed to doing the tush push.
And how long do you keep putting your big money guy in like harm's way like that again and again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They also might change they have a new offensive coordinator because of their collapse at the end of last season. They also might do a lot more RPO situations in comparison to what they did last year. And Swift still had over 1,000 yards last year. Saquon had almost 1,000 behind probably the worst offensive line maybe ever in New York. So could be a huge year for Saquon if he stays healthy. He's also like right in the prime of his career right now. Like this is the season where you're going to see if we get, possible clamorings of Saquon being one of the best running backs in the league this year.
So where are we drafting him in fantasy drafts then? That's another good question.
That's key.
He's like going in the second round right now.
Okay.
I don't know if I want it there.
I was gonna say
Really?
third round.
I mean, it depends on what goes down in the first. I guess if I go wide receiver in the first, maybe, because I don't love the wide receivers in the second round either, to be honest.
The
But
reason why I feel it. Go ahead, keep going.
But I think I would rather try to go wide receiver.
Say, how much PPR appeal does Saquon have?
That's what I was going to say. A lot. He's a
A
great
lot.
pass catcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that he could easily get 1,500 yards this season if he stays healthy, like almost over 1,000 on the ground and maybe 500 receiving or more, depending on how it goes.
His health always worries me too, though.
Sure. Well, that's true with any player, really, but especially him. Yeah, but
Rusty.
yeah.
Would you rather have Adams or Devontae Adams or Barkley in the second round?
Barkley?
Yeah.
Would you rather
Easy.
have Barkley or Puka Nakua?
Barkley?
Barkley
Or Etienne?
Barkley.
Barkley or Josh Allen?
Barkley.
Okay, then I think you answered your questions, right? Because the other guys in the second are even lower on my list. Henry or Barkley.
Henry.
But Ayuk, Olave, London, Marvin Harrison Jr. is kind of interesting. But that's kind of what rounds it out. Laporta, I don't want to touch that high.
Gerald, talk to Team Canada. They got you.
Yeah. Let's say
Wow.
make a phone call down the road. You'd be just fine.
Barely
Okay,
everybody does it though.
Yeah, well, yeah, they all do it. Bill Belichick did it for a long time. The cheaters do it in Houston. All different sports do it.
Everybody cheats.
Sure. Well, speaking of fantasy, guys, you got any final words on this division, or should we dive into some head-to-heads?
No, let's get out of it.
Yeah.
It's too weird.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do for fantasy head-to-heads. Also, chat, I dropped the link in the chat. If you guys have a play in this division or a question or something you want to say, request up, get involved, come on. We'd love to hear from you guys. As always, every Sunday, it's you guys' chance to come on the show. So feel free to join us. I'll drop the link one more time in the chat. You guys can come up and say hello, whether it's about this division or another division. Anything you want to say, feel free to drop it in.
Can I say something before we get into this head-to-head? Did you guys see that thing where Amon Ra has challenged Jahmyr Gibbs to get 1,000 rushing and receiving yards this season? And if he does, he's like, I'll buy you anything. Like that, that's the bet. And Jahmyr Gibbs is like, I bet. He's like, I might get a house. I might buy a house.
Wow.
So that's what's going on there. And I just wanted to know, what do you guys think in terms of fantasy implications and betting implications? Are we just taking Jahmyr Gibbs every single week?
Is it 1,000 yards together, rushing and
Rushing and
receiving?
receiving yards. Yeah, I think that was the bet. That he's like, I'll buy you anything you want.
I hope he's got his checkbook ready. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Together?
I don't see a way he doesn't unless he gets hurt.
With David Montgomery, right? Like he's there.
Yeah.
He's the tandem backfield. And it's only his second year, right? Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Last year he was a rookie. This year it's his first year. Second year.
Yeah.
Last year he cleared it last year. He had over 1,200 rushing and receiving last year.
Yeah. And he didn't even get going really until like weeks 4 or 5.
That's
Took
why he's
him a
like,
minute.
bet. I might get a house.
Yeah, facts. Get your Lambo keys
I mean,
ready.
Amon Ra did just get paid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's doing just fine.
Yeah. He's set.
All right. Let's play fantasy head to head. We're going to do it a little bit different today, as we have been doing it. So it should be fun. And what we're going to do is we're going to go Shaggy versus Betsky. And the way it's going to work is we're going to do it snake style today. So as you guys can see, you've got 8 positions to fill. Instead of you guys both getting separate teams, you're going to both pick a team or players from the same team. And you're going to snake it back and forth. So I'm going to flip a coin to see who's going to go first. Whoever goes first this round will go second the next round, vice versa, all the way down the list. Guys get it?
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to flip a coin.
Shaggy's confused, but he's always confused.
Heads for Shags, tails for Betsky. Heads. Shags goes first.
Hey, let's go.
All right. Here we go. Chat, help him out. let us know what you guys would do. First up, boys, the Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver 1.
Okay. Betsky, who you taking from the Cowboys?
Oh, fuck you.
Is it gonna be Zeke or is it gonna be your favorite QB, Dak?
You know what? I'll take their defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got Bland and Diggs, got Parsons still. Yeah.
Yeah. And a shitty division.
Yeah.
We just talked about
They
it.
can just ball on the Commanders and Giants out 4 games, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Now circling back. So Betsky, you go first this time. The Chiefs.
Shaggles.
Just yeah.
Shags doesn't care because then he
I
can.
don't even want to say his name.
I'll take Kelsey. I'll take Kelsey as my tight end.
That's a nice situation.
Kelsey Swift.
Great. I'm okay.
Yeah, Kelsey Swift.
Travis
All right.
Swift. Travis Swift.
Travis Swift.
Okay. All right. Circling back. Also, I forgot to tell you guys. You guys, I will tell you this: all 4 of the NFC East division teams are in this.
Oh,
So.
good to know. Okay.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Circling back. So Shags, you go first. Lions.
I think I gotta go Amon Ra. Yes, Amon Ra, wide receiver 2.
Okay. Betsky, Lions.
Huh. Yeah, I'll do.
Kitna?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll do Gibbs.
Is it
Yeah.
John
It's
Kitna?
Laporta, I feel, but I'll do Gibbs.
Okay.
Even Sam off the board.
I think Laporta may have a. I think he's still going to be great, but I think he may take a step down. I really think Jameson Williams is going to get the ball more.
Okay.
Yeah. If you believe Dan Quinn, then Dan Campbell. Yeah.
And all the beat reporters are
There's
losing
one
their mind over
fantasy.
him. And Teddy Bridgewater, I guess,
There's one
hung out with
fantasy
him all
tight end that
summer.
I'm high on this year. I don't
Who?
want to tell anybody yet, though.
All right. Don't tell us. Keep it in your Vsauce corner.
In my pants.
There you go. All right. Betsky first. The Ravens.
I'll take Mark Andrews here
Lamar at the flex.
for my tight end.
Tight end.
Oh, oops.
Lamar
Okay.
Wait,
Jackson.
we're not doing super flex,
RB1.
right? We're not doing QB and flex spot.
No.
Okay.
no.
Okay.
You can go tight end, but no QB.
Not QB. All right. Shags.
Lamar, running back 1.
All right.
See, I can get whatever. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
Go for it. Go ahead.
This one's gonna be
He
funky.
loves to zag.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back half of the draft. Here we go. Last 4. Jags, the Giants.
Malik Neighbors at my flex.
Damn.
Yeah. Good luck, Betsky.
I think that's my best option.
Damn it.
Daniel Jones? Super flex?
Yeah.
I mean,
Recently retired. What's his name?
I'm
Waller?
trying to
Darren
think
Waller?
if there's any other. I guess Singletary as my flex. Right?
Darren
be
Waller
decent.
is a halftime performer.
Actually,
Right?
you know what? Wait. Did you say the teams are all going to be playoff teams?
No.
He said the NFC.
All from this division.
Oh,
Still getting Commanders and
or you mean
Eagles.
conference? Well, wait.
I just meant
all
that
the
all
teams
four,
in this
all
division
4
are going to
teams
be
in this
it.
division are going to be mentioned. Yeah.
Okay,
The other ones I
okay.
just chose random teams.
Then
Commanders and
you know
Eagles.
what? Then I'll do Singletary as my RB2
Okay.
because I'm fine with getting 3 wide receivers if I have to.
I mean, he could be decent for the Giants this year. All right. Circle back.
Work at the very least.
Yeah. He'll be a starting running back in the NFL, which matters. So, all right. Circle back. Betsky, the Eagles.
Sweet AJ Brown.
Saquon.
Oof, yeah.
Shags' team's looking spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might put 50 on Betsky's head.
All right, circle back again. Cardinals, Shags.
Shit. Cardinals. Oh, yeah. Give me James Conner, I guess. RB2.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'll do Marv Harrison Jr. as my
Flex or
flex.
Okay.
We both got rookies in our flex. The top two
Hey,
rookie
let's go.
wideouts in our flex.
That's awesome.
Bad. Not bad.
And I like yours
All
more.
right.
Sorry, fam.
All right. Last round. Betsky. First up, the Commanders.
Sweet. Scary Terry.
I'll take the Commanders defense. We just
Not
talked about
bad.
how boosted up it got.
Bobby Wagner, baby.
Offense wins championships.
All right. Chad, who's winning? Who is winning?
Just in from below ground.
Yeah, they're going to be adequate at best. That's below average, but that's better than they were. It's fucking
They got
terrible.
So much better. So now they're going to be mediocre.
Yeah. Hey, better than it's fucking awful.
I think Shaggy's ultimately wins here.
I think I guess.
Like the difference between in fantasy, Lamar and Mahomes isn't too great. If anything, maybe Lamar can put up more points. Barkley and Gibbs, I'd lean a little bit Gibbs here, but there's that potential. Barkley's way better. Connor should be way better than Singletary if he stays healthy, but Singletary has to do the same thing. CD over AJ. St. Brown over Scary. I think the Titans may be a push.
Yeah, right.
Just because of age. Just because of age. But
Yeah, okay. Keep going.
yeah. Rookies
I think
are a push, and then I have the better defense.
I think on paper, Shaggy's team is better, but your team is full of guys who could have just ginormous weeks that could win you a week. Like AJ could have a 153 touchdown game, and then you're chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Never said Mark Andrews is bad. Never said he was bad at Kadar. I want that on record. Mark Andrews, great tight end.
Yeah.
Would you put him tight end 2 this year behind Kelsey? Or did you put Laporta John there? Or Hawkinson?
Kelsey's 34.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It probably does.
I think Andrews could make a case for tight end 2 if he stays healthy. Because I mean, Laporta is obviously crazy talented. He's still young, and his expectations I think are really high. It's going to be tough to reproduce what he did last season. So he's still going to have a great season in my opinion, but I think the expectations are maybe a little too high for him. So
10 touchdowns, 889 yards, 120 targets, and 86 receptions for Florida.
He's got plenty of attention on him this year, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay. We lost Vsauce. I don't know where he went because it was going to be me versus him next. And he just said that he had to go. So, all right. Sook, do you want to go head to head? And do you want to maybe one of you guys can read off 8, or do you want to just read off your list and I can go ahead and get it against?
Because my list is absolutely disgusting, so I don't want to be subjected to the pain that I was about to cause one of you.
All right.
So somebody else has got to step up and play with SPJ, knowing that the list is going to be horrendous.
I'll play again.
We could also. You want to go again?
Yeah. Let's see if the winner can do 2 in a row.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So we'll me versus Shags. We'll flip a coin to see who goes first. Heads, Shaggy. Tails, me. Totally rig it because I'm flipping the coin, but it is heads for Mr. Shags. So Shags, you first.
All right. I fully apologize for this list. Get ready. Buckle up. Number 1, Shags going first. Panthers.
Let me look at their depth chart.
Honestly, fair.
Who might I want on that team? Hey, Adam Thielen, wide receiver 2. Adam Thielen, wide receiver 2. Why not?
My God.
I skipped over Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson's on that team now. So there you go, SPJ.
Who's RB1? Is Miles Sanders still?
No, it's Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba.
But they also drafted that Brooks kid.
But he tore his ACL.
Miles Sanders is on the team.
I'm gonna go Chuba
Let's go.
at RB2. Who's their tight end? I don't even know who their tight end is.
No Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, Deontay's.
He's on their team now. He's their wide receiver.
I'm worried that Bryce Young's not gonna be able to get him the ball.
Yeah,
They're gonna be bad this year again, man. I don't think they're gonna be very good.
it's a solid worry.
Yeah.
All right. SPJ, you're up first this time. I don't envy you. The Broncos.
Oh God. Blech.
Sucks.
You really went for the scraping the bottom of the barrel, didn't you, brother?
Wait till you see who's fucking next.
Damn. I don't.
Who's even the
Is
is Sutton the starting
Yeah,
wide,
yeah, he's
like
still
wide
there.
receiver 1?
Uh-huh.
Who's their starting running back?
Javonte Williams.
Javonte
Oh,
Williams.
Javonte Williams. I'm gonna go Javonte Williams as my flex because I think that he could be decent.
All right, I'll take Sutton then.
Oh, look at those wide receivers, Shags.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
Got some
Sheesh.
studs on my team.
You want
Wow.
real nasty? The Patriots.
Yeah, there you go.
Ramon Stevens is kind of interesting, right?
Yeah,
Running back.
or do I just take the classic Hunter Henry?
Never mind. I know what I would do.
Give me Stevenson, Ramondre Stevenson.
RB2.
Or yeah, put him at 2. Why not?
Jesus.
Give me the Patriots defense.
There you go.
Yeah,
Because they just get
Gerard
to play the
Mayo.
Bills, Jets, and the Dolphins twice.
true.
Their defense was pretty good last year,
I know.
even though they were terrible. Gerard Mayo is a defensive guy. I bet you they're going to be fucking playing hard. I bet you they get some turnovers and keep games really close. So we'll see.
Definitely.
So I don't want to take fucking anybody else. So give me the defense.
All right, now we're going divisional. Commanders.
Give me Scary Terry, wide receiver 2.
I guess I'll take Austin Eckler, or RB1. I guess yeah, put him up there.
Ooh.
Jeez.
I think Eckler could have a good year this year. They're going to use him a lot in a lot of different situations, and he's still got some gas in the tank.
I think he could be revamped a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
In Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Shags, the Eagles.
It's no brainer.
Is it?
Yeah, to me.
The best flex of all time.
Oh, yeah. Wait, never mind. No, it's not a no brainer to me. I had to think of what was left.
I'm gonna go with.
Hey, Austin.
I could really be a dick and take Saquon at my flex, but I'm gonna take AJ Brown.
You got to beef that receiving core up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you get one.
Mm-hmm. All right, give me oh man, if I take Saquon, I have 0 RB spots left.
Yeah, but think of
Yeah,
the other two teams.
But you got to. You got to take Saquon.
Give me Saquon RB1. I have to.
All right.
I was
Not
thinking about taking Saquon just so you couldn't.
Fair.
Looking at your lineup.
Fair, yeah. All
All
right.
right. Cowboys.
Give me CD, wide receiver
Yeah.
1.
There you go. That looks good.
I'll take the Cowboys defense and gamble on who you might stick me with at my quarterback. I'll take it.
Turd Ferguson at tight end wouldn't be a bad pick here either.
It's true.
Yeah. Austin came for the right day. He came for the Eagles love, which we've been talking about for most of the show today, Austin. Go watch the replay.
All right. Giants.
Oh,
Fuck, I don't want Danny Dimes.
Wait, there's still one more random team after this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Who's their tight end?
Daniel Bellinger is their tight end. I'm gonna take Daniel Bellinger. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna roll the dice on.
Oh yeah, because that forces
forces
deep.
FPJ to have.
Yeah,
Dimes.
Danny throwing to fucking.
No, I'm
CD.
taking-
Anytime
taking-
Saquon reunion, brother.
I'm taking tight end 2 for whoever the Giants has as their
Oh,
tight end
no
2. I don't
way.
even know
Then
who it is.
Oh yeah, because then Shaggy's starting QB is a backup.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Give me tight end 2 for the Giants.
Theo
Mr. No
Johnson.
Name.
Theo Johnson, who is a rookie.
Theo Johnson. There you go.
Theo Johnson.
All right, who's our quarterbacks?
All right. So SPJ is next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
DeVito for
team-
the vibes.
Is the Texans. CJ.
Give me CJ Stroud. Let's
Wow.
go.
Oh, Shaggy gets the neck. Shaggy
Davis
gets
Mills?
the neck.
Davis
Davis
Mills,
Mills.
baby, come on!
And the Tyrannosaurus.
What's his name? Brady?
Davis Mills. No, Davis
Oh,
Mills.
Davis Mills.
The neck.
Oh man. I can
No,
let
no.
I can let Theo Johnson fuck me on this, but I think I'm winning.
Yeah,
I thought we were all playing.
Sheesh.
yeah. I think you take it.
That's a new thing we need to pay attention to when we do blind ranking the snake way. You can't leave your quarterback as the last person.
You can't.
Noted.
Well, you can't both
Davis
leave it.
Mills.
Yeah, you can't both leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
AJ
Sheesh.
Shaggy's best player is AJ Brown in his flex spot right now.
This game would be called by Cotton and fucking the guys on the Ocho.
God.
And as Gerald said, this would be they would maybe win the Grey Cup. But sheesh. I mean, my team's okay, I think. I
Yeah.
do all right. I mean,
You did a lot with little.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
100%.
you got a very decent quarterback, running back, 2 good receivers.
Mhm.
The defense.
Tight ends on the squad though. Like that's Theo Johnson and David Bellinger.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
put the same amount of points up.
All right. Well, since V is back, we'll do one more. And we'll do V versus Sook. Since Sook didn't get to play. Do one of you boys want to do it? One of you boys want to pick 8 teams?
Oh, sure. I can fucking screw you guys.
There you go. just randomize it or however you want to do
What
it.
did I say?
Shaggy coming for revenge.
Let me throw all 32 of these in the wheel of names real quick. No, I'm just
Wizards.
kidding. All right, you guys ready? Who's
Yep.
going first? Do we
Let's
decide
see.
that?
Let me see. I'll flip a coin on who's going first. Heads is V, tails is Sook. Heads again. Jesus.
We've got
That's
8
cool.
spots, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, first up, the Cleveland Browns.
You're going totally
Nick-
random.
Nick Chubb.
Wow.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
All right.
RB1.
You got to type it, Sook.
Oh yeah, fuck. Sorry, I was thinking.
Get out of the way.
Do I do Amari Cooper here?
I hate that.
Cooper, you can do David.
Or the defense.
Or the defense.
Oh, I'll do the
Dog
Browns
Joku.
defense. I'll do the Browns defense.
Browns
Mhm.
D. All right. Next up, Stuck, you're going first this time. We're going to take the New York Jets.
Oh, I'll take Wilson.
hmm
I like Brees Hall.
Yeah, you're done with your RBs now.
hmm
Oh, there you go.
I love Garrett
Not bad.
Wilson.
He's going to be big this year, I think, if Roger stays healthy.
Take the DV.
Could have taken the defense, too.
A sentence
Yeah.
he's heard a lot.
Oh my god.
All right, back to Vsauce.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
I just put Etienne at the flex. Why not? Not give him to Sook.
Wow,
Oh,
he's
damn.
stacking the running backs.
Just taking a monopoly of the running back position.
It's either Trevor Lawrence or like
Ingram?
Ridley's gone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not doing Gabe Davis or Kirk.
It's either Ingram or Law, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I was between Ingram and Law.
I'll go Evan Ingram.
Hey guys, the coffee's knocking at the door, so I'm gonna depart.
All right, let's see.
Catch my
Later, Betsy.
See you later, dude.
Coffee knocking at the door. Been there.
Yeah.
No, Ma, we have not done it yet.
We're not. We'll do it after this, and then we'll get out of here for the show. We're still here.
All right, Evan Ingram for Sook. All right.
Mhm.
Next up, Sook, you're going first. The Los Angeles Chargers.
Ooh. Going first is almost worse.
Depends on the team.
Say, I can't decide if it's worse or not.
V, who do you want? I'll just take who you want.
It's not going to tell you.
It's. I feel like it's too early to take my QB.
I don't think you should. I don't think you can take anybody else on this
I was
team.
gonna say, I don't know who else you're gonna take from the Chargers.
Fuck it, no choice. The pervert, Herbert.
Herbert the pervert. Who's that wide receiver they just drafted?
Lad McConkey.
Glad.
But this Palmer is
Glad
still there
McConkey.
too, and
Not taking
Chark.
Quentin Johnson.
Not Quentin Johnson.
Mike
No.
Williams is gone. Keenan Allen is gone. Austin Eckler
Yep.
is gone. Can I
Yep.
draft
You
the
want-
coach?
Yeah.
You want the McConkey?
Yeah.
Draft the offensive line.
Yeah, I'll take Lad McConkey. I think that's how you fucking spell his
The
name.
defense seems like they should be good on paper with Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Asante Samuel Jr., Derwin James Jr., but they just
Should have been last year too. Worst pass rating defense in the league. That was
Right.
insane. Derwin
That's
James
why-
is a pylon, bro. That dude is out there as he's literally a cone.
That's why what's his face got fired, because their defense was so bad.
exactly.
Staley, right?
Yeah, Brandon Staley. Yeah.
All right. There's 4 AFC teams. Let's do 4 NFC teams. NFC East, we've talked about them plenty. Let's do the Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
Fucking hell.
That'll make up for Lad, hopefully. Or maybe
Hopefully.
Lad has a breakout season. You never know.
Fucking
If you
hell.
find we came back and checked these teams at the end of the year to see who would have won.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. That'd be fun.
Fucking hell.
You're taking Zeke?
Do I
Oh,
take
Who's left? He has a defense.
Yeah,
You could
can't
take
Dak?
Ferguson.
He's
You
got a QB too.
could take
Isn't Fer-
Ferguson.
That'd
He's
be
got-
another-
he's got
that'd
tight
be
end.
another flex. Yeah.
You could do a flex though.
2 mid tight ends at the flex spot is crazy.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Alright, fine.
no, over Elliott.
He's going Zeke. All right.
All right.
I'm going Zeke. Fuck it.
Nah,
Hopefully
man.
he's got some left in the tank.
Is he
All
really
right.
back?
Back to Sook. We're going with the Minnesota Vikings.
Perfect.
Oops, Jay Jettas. Jay Jettas.
Well, this is actually good for me. Hawkinson. Give me Hawk.
Oh yeah, TJ Hawk.
Zeke just got
injured.
All right, 2 spots left. Mr. Vsauce. We got the Atlanta Falcons.
I can't
Hi,
take
Brindy.
Bijan.
No, let's go.
Give me Kirk.
Cousins. That's not
Kirk?
bad.
Cousins?
He could be
All right.
really good in fantasy this year.
Kirk Cole Banks.
Kirk Cousins, Bijan.
Penix.
All right. And last up, we've got the Seattle Seahawks.
It's me first, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you both.
Who is their starting running back?
Kenneth Walker,
Kenneth
Oh, yeah, he's
Walker.
good.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
KW3.
No Penny this year either, so it'll be Walker to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The
Zach
Legion of-
Charbonnet, he's their backup.
The Legion of Mid
The Legion of Mid.
as my defense.
Defense might not be great this year.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Got
Who's
it.
winning this? This is a pretty good. Sook's
I like
team
my
really
team.
kind of cleaned up at the end there. Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker, Bijan, Justin Jefferson.
This is tough.
This is a tough one.
This one's
There's
tough.
definitely
I
some
really thought
holes
I
you
had
both have,
one.
but
Oh,
Now I'm
dude,
not
you definitely
I-
have some.
Wilson and Jefferson, Herbert
Mhm.
throwing to him. My team is dangerous.
I
And
think this
Kenneth
would
Walker and
probably.
Bijan.
I think this would probably come down to whether Herbert or Cousins has a better week that week.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Word.
like if Herbert goes crazy for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, or Cousins does that, then that's probably what's going to win you the week. Because I think everything else kind of cancels itself out.
Well, and maybe who the Seahawks are playing. If they're playing the 49ers,
Mm-hmm.
they might, give up 40. So
That's true.
Vsauce, can you make Legion of Mid your fantasy league name this year?
I can do that this year. Yeah, the Legion of Mid.
This is fantasy, Gerald. Fantasy. All right, since we got chat here, we got blind rankings, and it's from our friend Bob Martinez. Now we're going to start doing this more often since we're doing a lot of blind rankings this way, guys. So the way that Bob Martinez did this, he sent this list to Sook. So Sook will be reading it off, and this is a blind ranking from Bob Martinez. If you guys have one that you guys like in the chat, feel free to DM one of us on the squad here at Betting News or the Betting News account on Twitter, and then one of us will look at it and we will read it live on the show. So Bob Martinez, hope you're still here. He will let us know what he has for us today. So Sook, take it away. What does Ma Martinez have for us?
Ma sent me a list of minor inconveniences. Some of them are super specific, so I'm excited to rock them out with you. The first one up he sent is when you forget your password, but you're resetting your password and you can't find a new one because it's not letting you use any of your old passwords.
Hate that. Are we ranking it like are we putting one as like something that is really annoying? Is that how we're
The
ranking
most
this?
annoying thing has to be one, yeah.
Got to be 2 or 3, right? Right?
I mean, it's like it's pretty annoying, but like
We're talking
I-
minor inconveniences, so we're probably not going to get like breaking your leg or something
I
like that.
feel like
you know?
that's too high though for the first thing on the list.
Maybe
Guy's
5.
not forgetting his passwords very often.
A five or load in the middle. I feel like it's at least a 3 or 4.
Let's
Go
go
4.
4. Then. Let's go 4. I can
4.
agree with 4.
4 works.
Let's say, yeah, I'm with Gerald. Just change the numbers. Do 421 instead.
There's you'd hate you forget though, and you'd go to type in 426 times and be like, "What did I do with 420? I promise."
This idea has alleviated a lot of the pain. All right, yeah,
All
we're
right.
gonna go 4.
All right, next one up. When you plug your phone in to charge, but you come back and it's not charging for whatever reason, it's not plugged into the wall, cable loose, but that phone that's been sitting there for 40 minutes on charge, not charging.
That's gotta be a 3.
That does suck.
That's higher than password troubles in my opinion.
Let's go 3 then.
Because that's the whole point of me leaving my phone on the charger and walking
to
away
charge.
is for it to charge. So
There's, yeah.
especially if it's
Okay.
like, pre going out, you're at the pregame.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm leaving it upstairs. We're all downstairs. Okay, Uber's here. Gotta go. Shit, my phone's still at 20%. Yeah, catastrophic.
Mhm.
Could be catastrophic.
Literally.
I mean, honestly,
You got-
it's making a case for 2 in my mind right now.
Yeah, maybe. Because especially if you're going out. If you're going out and your phone is supposed to be charged and then you're looking at 35%, like that changes your whole plan.
Yeah.
Are we moving it up?
I'd be
I think
okay
we move
with
it up.
too.
Let's go 2.
Yeah.
Especially that way we're not middle loading as well. Yeah.
All right. Next one up. When you get up or when you walk into a room and your mind goes completely blank and you have no idea why you're there, why you got up, or what the fuck just happened.
Very annoying, but I safely 6 or 7, I think.
I even go 8 or 9.
Yeah, or 8.
That's yeah.
It happens so often that it's just like less of a convenience now.
Yeah,
It's just like a thing. It's like, wait, what? Let's go. Let's go.
8.
I like 8.
Let's go 8. Yeah. Fine.
All right. Where were we? Okay. Next up, waiting in traffic.
Oh,
3.
3.
Yeah, I hate waiting in traffic.
Where do you
Same,
think
dude.
NZ would put this?
1. Easy. Slammed.
Bro, Friday
1
night,
I'm with
we got here to
Pretty.
LA. We were trying to go to this pizza place in Hollywood. 1 mile, 19 minutes.
Yeah,
Bye.
just
Sounds
Bye.
about right.
use the Lamborghinis at that point.
Yep.
7. Listen to podcasts. Might as well walk at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go 3. There's nothing worse.
Very annoying. Waste
All
of my
right.
time.
Next one, you're walking up to the front door. You just went to the grocery store, and the bottom of that bag breaks out. Groceries everywhere.
6.
Was there eggs in the bag? If there was eggs in the bag and they broke, then it's like a 1.
V, it's your grocery list. There's eggs. There's milk. There's no meat. It's all over the place.
I think we go 6. That's not like.
I think 6 is fine.
6.
Let's do 6.
Just because, yeah.
All right.
Paper
Next up.
bags at Home Depot is insane.
You're hungry. You order some tacos. You order a burger. You're at a truck stand, and they tell you cash only, and you got none. Cash only
Cash only is a
in
huge
2024.
Yeah.
5.
5. It might be higher than a 5, but like on this list right now, it's a 5.
Check.
7.
I can't decide 5 or 7 because that's annoying as hell. I will certainly say that, but I gotta side with the business. I'd cut out credit card fees if I could get more of a profit. So yeah, I'm with Printy. They usually have signs. They should have signs. If they don't have a sign, that's probably a 5. If I'm getting to the window and you tell me, that's pretty probably a 5.
5.
Let's do 5.
We got to get some shit, boys. Otherwise, we are cooked. That middle is stacked. How about, wait, before we move on, do we put cash only at 7 just so we have that 5 spot available just in case?
I could
What we
live-
have.
I could live with that. Yeah.
V?
Moving it.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
Cash
I was
only.
reading Gerald's comment because that hits way too close to home.
Yeah.
Barbershops that don't take credit card, like which is a lot of them in 2024, is insane.
Hey, man. They gotta put it straight in their pockets, you know?
Yeah.
The next one is kind of weird. You're not going to get it a lot in 2024 with all these self-checkout places. So Ma's kind of showing his age here. But you go to the grocery store. Also, Ma, a lot of grocery-related stuff. I don't know what's going on with you, but you like the grocery store. You go to the grocery store and someone in front of you gets a price check and you're standing there and waiting while someone goes all the way back to the store and finds out the price check at the till.
Oh, like you're the like it's like when you're a little kid and your mom leaves to go grab something else and you're stuck there with all these groceries you can't pay for at the front to manage everybody. Like, oh wait, my mom's coming, she's coming.
Yeah,
I hated that so much. Like that's a 5 for me.
I think let's go. I think we go 9, man.
I think we go
Just
9.
Let's go 9.
I haven't had that happen to me in a minute.
yeah,
Honestly,
in
we're all
years.
old men, but you know, we were all
would-
kids once.
I would rather wait for the price check than have the grocery bag break open on my front
Facts.
door. So
Facts.
yeah, 9.
One is a minor inconvenience. The other one is like money down the drain, which
You're right.
is worse.
Yeah.
All right, second last. Someone ate your leftovers.
1. Fucking
One.
number 1. Fucking number 1. Chan Daddy, I'm looking at you. Number 1, brother.
Where is Chan Daddy? Is he lurking in the shadows?
If he is, he'll comment now.
Yeah,
So
I'm
one
down
for
for one.
Austin. 1-1-1.
Number one.
Sauce?
I know a lot of people who don't take their leftovers and don't like leftovers. I am not one of those people. I take my leftovers home and I plan
And
on
eat
eating
them.
them.
Mhm.
Do not eat them if they're not yours.
My fiance almost left her ex because he ate a burger that she had left over that night, but she was going to have the next day, and she literally almost left him because of it. She ended up leaving him regardless, but that was one of the main reasons that.
Number one,
Number one?
I'm down for one with
Yeah.
what we have.
in my opinion, yeah. Yeah, with the spots we got left, I'll gamble with whatever's 5.
Yeah.
The next one, last one. Wet socks.
Yeah.
5.
5.
I'm down for that.
It'd be much higher for me. Wet socks, huge pet peeve of mine.
Not bad at 5.
It's a solid list.
Given where we got the things, I feel like that this works.
Yeah.
You know? All of the
Comfy
top
ones.
5 are definitely things that are a humongous pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Small things that usually end up either ruining your mood for an hour or fuck your day for a little bit.
Yep.
I think I would bring passwords down to 6 and bump up wet socks and grocery bag breaks to 4 and 5. I think that's the only. That cash only one though. That's nice.
Cash only at 7 is low.
Yeah, especially with no signs. You get to the window and they tell you the cash only. That's the kicker for me.
Wet socks though it's terrible.
Magic Man says traffic 1.
Traffic, yeah,
Yeah, NZ. There you go.
I can see that.
That's NZ's burner.
I don't drive nothing more, thankfully.
I think that totally depends upon your life and like because we all a lot of us work from home, so
Yeah.
like we don't have to spend time commuting to a job, which is a little different. But I mean, when you're doing that and you have to get, especially when you have to be somewhere at a specific time, I will actually, when I'm driving somewhere, if I know where I'm going, I will go an alternative route that technically might take me 5 minutes longer to not sit in traffic because I'd rather be driving than sitting in traffic, even though it might not take as long.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
I on my drive home from my old job, if I left at 5 o'clock, if I left right at 5 o'clock, I didn't get home until like 5:45 probably. And it's only like a 20-minute drive. That's taken me 45 minutes. But if I stayed until 5:30, I would get home at like 5:50. Like staying that extra half hour only added 5 minutes to my drive. And yes, I'm actually moving the whole time.
100, yeah.
All that.
I've taken wild detours just to be driving instead of sitting.
With you. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so Hovey couldn't join us today, which was sad because we love when Hovey joins us on the show. Nobody came up on the screen with us, but that's okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. AJ Brown receiving yards leader in this division, plus 1,200. I don't hate that.
Is that that's got to be the entire league? That can't.
Oh
be.
yeah, sure.
That
Yeah.
NFL, not just the.
You're saying for the whole league, Hovey?
There's no way he's plus 1,200. He's the best receiver in the NFC East.
Yeah, we just went
Oh,
over
CD.
it. Pretty
CD.
bare bone.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, entire league. Yeah.
Entirely.
I don't.
What is the? I want to get the sell job on why he thinks AJ Brown's going to be the receiving leader of the entire league.
My initial thoughts just getting that is number one, he's got Jalen Hurts throwing to him, and number two, he's competing with Devontae Smith for potential targets.
So you got to think Jefferson probably is not going to get there because of quarterback play, even though he's still going to be, I would argue, top 5 in the league regardless. I mean, Tyreek Hill is still going to fucking eat.
He's going to be up
in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
even with Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got, but the Eagles are going to run the ball a lot more this year too. CD, I think CD might actually take a step back this year with what we talked about with the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else that you put above AJ?
I mean, Jamar Chase is also going to be
That's
yeah.
competing with T. Higgins for catches. So,
But I mean, he's going to be him and Burrow on a mission this year, man. That could be spicy. Devontae Adams, same situation. We don't know who's going to throw him the ball.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't see Ayuk or Debo doing it. They're in the same kind of situation of a dual wide receiver thing.
Boys, I
I
gotta
don't
get
hate
out of
it.
here.
All
All
right, man.
right. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Take
See
it
you,
easy,
chat.
buddy. Later, man. That is a good way for us to end the show anyway. We're at that point. We appreciate you guys stopping by today for the Gridiron Gang. Hope you enjoyed this NFC East breakdown. We are going to do another breakdown of another division next week. We haven't decided which division. There's a lot of good ones left. We've got the AFC East to talk about. We've got the AFC West to talk about. We've got a lot of other ones to get to. So drop some stuff throughout the week. Otherwise, we will decide based on what you guys are thinking. Actually, drop it right now, chat. While you guys are here, before we get out of here, which division would you like to see us do next week? Which division?
NFC
There's a lot of them
South.
left. We've done the AFC South. We have now done the NFC East. We've got 5 more Sundays. We'll probably have to throw in a couple extra ones in there. The AFC East got a vote from Prindy. We shall see.
You don't want to hear me talk about the AFC West. There's nothing to talk about either.
Yeah, I'd be all right maybe skipping that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although the Cardinals are NFC West.
Yeah.
AFC East probably is going to be where we end up going next because that division is going to be interesting this year. But and the NFC South too, like Sook said. I mean, Bucks, Falcons. See what happens there. Panthers, Saints. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you guys stopping by today on the Betting News Network. Thanks for being here. We will be live back with you guys tomorrow to start the week. New week begins tomorrow. We'll be back with BetSpresso with me, Shags, and Colby tomorrow, breaking down what we got on this beautiful Monday. And we will catch you guys then. Thanks for stopping by. Brought to you by BetOnline. Get involved with BetOnline, guys, to bet all of the lines we talked about for the entire NFL season. Get a $1,000 deposit bonus and $10 dropped into your account right above the screen over there. Thanks for stopping by today. Go follow Shags. Go follow Sook. Go follow myself. Sweatband Jesus. Go follow all of us at Your Betting News and go to bettingnews.com for sports betting info on the free every single day. Chaps, you got any final words for the kids before we scooch?
Every day. We're live. Every day. We got articles. Every day. Scribbles. Free. It's all free. Bettingnews.com. Free, 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 free.
Pew, 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 pew. WSL job. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Have a kick-ass rest of your Sunday, and we'll catch you tomorrow on BetSpresso. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
what
right
you know
here.
about rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about